Hi guys, today I'm interviewing Numan Hussain. He is 2-0 currently in the professional ranks. And my first question for you is, what's been your hardest fight so far?
I mean, I've only had two pro fights. To be honest, they were both very similar for me in terms of I didn't feel very uncomfortable with either of them. Um, if anything, the second fight was slightly more difficult simply because I had to weigh in the same day. It wasn't necessarily because of the opponent. If anything, the first opponent was a bit more game, I reckon. Um, yeah, I think the second one simply because I had to weigh in the same day, which for me, um, it doesn't suit me very well. It was the first time doing it at a lower weight. It was at the amateurs. I did 64 kilos, which was welterweight. So as a pro, I'm doing slightly less, which again, we've gone down to that weight because of day before weigh-in. But in this case, that wasn't the case. So I felt slightly stuck on gear two. Other than that, I'd say the first opponent I think was better, but the second fight was tougher because of the way my body reacted, I guess.
Yeah. It was your first fight at your call?
It was, yes. It was at your call, Nielsen's boxing show in partnership with Warren Boxing Management, who I'm signed to. It was a fantastic show. They put on a fantastic show.
Main event was good, wasn't it?
Sorry?
Did you watch the main event of it?
I did watch the main event. Yes, it was good. Back and forth. Lots of back and forth. Good fight.
Yeah. Who did you want to win that fight?
Honestly, I don't know either guy, so I didn't really care. I just enjoying the fight for what was it? It was what it's worth, you know. I think it's better like that. Sometimes when you know one of the opponents, sorry, not the opponent, one of the participants, you favor them more. You only admire what they do, etc. So it's very difficult to be unbiased. So when you're watching a fight where you don't know the two guys, you just watch it. You just appreciate it for what it is, you know.
Yeah. In your call, do you share like changing rooms with anybody?
No. Thankfully, luckily, I'm not exactly sure why, but I had my own changing room, which was nice. You know, we had the space. We, were able to just do our thing.
And did you get your own changing room in the one on the 9th of July?
No, so we had, I think, everybody in the blue corner in one changing room, and then everyone in the red corner in another changing room. Again, luckily, I knew a few of the boxers in the changing room.
What boxer did you know? What, Aidan Mohammed?
Yeah, I know him from the amateurs. Fantastic boxer, really nice guy. Sammy McKay from Miguel's.
He made his debut.
Yeah, he did really well, really well. I think possibly fight of the night for me, anyway, because I didn't see the others. But yeah, I know Sammy pretty well. I boxed him twice as an amateur.
Did you beat him?
So we boxed twice. He beat me once. I beat him once. So it's
so
1-1.
You're waiting to do the trilogy in the pros?
Do you know what? That would have been a fantastic story. But the thing is, he boxes in the pros, I think 2 or 3 weight categories above me.
Oh, so do you think that would be hard for you to get up to that weight?
No, not at all. I think I can get up to that weight pretty easy. I walk around at that weight, but it doesn't make sense for me to box at that weight. Especially if you look at everybody who's at my weight in the pro ranks, their size and power is, it's different. Look, I think everyone's different in terms of everyone I was in the amateurs with who boxed at 64. I've noticed now as a pro, they've either gone up or they've stayed at that weight, where I've come down because as an amateur, I boxed at a weight category which a lot of people say naturally I was small for, but I did it for 2 reasons. One, I felt comfortable there, and 2, because if I went down to the weight category at 60 kilos, I was no way. I was trying to avoid Masood Abdullah. He's a really good friend of mine. He was at 60, he was cleaning up house.
Is he a few weights above you?
In the amateurs, he boxed one weight category below me. As a pro, he boxes at the moment, two categories below me.
Yeah, what are you? Are you super feather?
So I'm super feather. I'm trying to get down to featherweight. And
is that your natural weight, feather?
Yeah. So I would feel, so I boxed at super feather. I felt very comfortable. And to be honest, I dieted only for 4 weeks. My plan with the nutritionist was only for 4 weeks. Had we had another 2 more weeks, 6, 8 weeks, I would easily make, because I made super feather very comfortably, very comfortably. I made it a couple of days before actually, so I was able to eat and drink. Anyway, I think we'll just give it a go and see how it goes.
Yeah. Are you going to try and have? How many more fights are you trying to have this year?
Honestly, if I could, I would love to box every month. I want to have, if I could, ideally 3 more this year, but 3? I think it's going to be a bit, but it'd be a bit tricky because.
Are you going to push for a 6-rounder?
I would have, I would. That's what I wanted to. I wanted to end the year on a 6-rounder. Again, it's all down to my coach. Whatever he says, if he's like, "Oh, look, let's have a 6-rounder," I'll have a 6-rounder. Because the thing is, when we spar, we do 6 rounds plus.
Will you be back out on like a Warren Boxing Management and
Absolutely.
the Nielsen show, because they're putting quite a few on it? You're cool.
They are. I'd love to get on that. The only trouble is,
and it's on Box Nation.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I love the setup. They put on a great show. They're fantastic with the boxers. It's a good experience. My only trouble is, I think they've got a couple of shows which Alfie, Sonny, and Bobby have put forward to me, but it falls. I don't know if it's going to work for me simply because my wife is expecting in September. So that being said, I don't know where that puts me in terms of having a training camp in the middle of that, etc. But 100%, I want to get a couple of more bouts in. So I'm not sure.
What about that promoter who promoted your last fight? Would you get on his show again?
Okay, so the last show, so everything I do is actually through Warren Boxing Management. They are my managers. With regards to who promoted the last show was a gentleman called Costas. He put on the show. He put on a fantastic show. Really well organized. Really well organized. My only trouble was I wish it was day before weigh-in. But other than that, fantastic.
But would you fight on his show again?
Absolutely, if my management allow it, if my coach. So it all comes down to what Warren Boxing Management and Steve Burton, my coach, say. Whatever they say, I run with. I'm happy to box on any show. But I do, I like to get on different shows because you see different people, you get this different experience, and
you get your name out there as well if you fight.
Exactly, you get your name out there, but also the crowd is different, the venue's different, so you get a good experience. You don't get too comfortable, you don't get too complacent.
Yeah. So are you in the same gym as like Casey and that lot?
No, so I think I'm not sure what gym Casey's at. With
Richard Sawyer's, I think.
All right, no. So me, Masood, and Natty are with Steve, and we're training out of Islington times ABC at the minute.
What other boxers are in that gym?
So we're the only pro stable there. The rest are amateurs. So we use their facilities to train. They've got a decent amateur setup. That's it. It's just us at the moment. That things might change soon, but let's see.
Yeah. So, did you watch Casey's fights against Ijaz Ahmed?
I didn't actually. I missed it.
Wait, did you miss all of them?
I did. I missed all of it because I think on the same night the boxer show was on.
Which night was that? Oh, that was the third fight.
Yeah, the third fight.
Yeah.
The boxer show was on, so I ended up tuning in to that to watch. I think a couple of the fights, but no, I did.
I was at that boxer show, and then I left so I could watch Casey at home.
Yeah. What did you think? How did you get on?
Yeah. I thought personally, Casey did enough to win.
Yeah.
He was making him miss, and I had Casey up by 3, maybe 4, mate. I thought it was a robbery.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't see it, but I think a few people have said what you just said. But it's tricky with, I think, when it comes to title fights, because, you know, you have to really impose your will in order to kind of put your stamp on you are the champion. But honestly, I don't know about the judging. That's beyond me.
Yeah. So have you not watched any highlights of the fight?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't. Because I try to, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I tend to watch a lot more of the American fighters. I just enjoy watching the American boxing more.
What, the likes of what, Crawford and that lot?
Yeah, the Errol Spence, Chance Crawford.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. Who do you think would win? Who do you think would win, Spence or Crawford?
That's a very, honestly speaking, I would have normally said Errol Spence, because Errol Spence, in my opinion, is the bigger fighter, stronger fighter. They're both good boxers, decent amateurs. I think Spence did a bit more in the amateurs, but again, that doesn't really play a huge factor. But then if you watch Terence Crawford, he's so difficult to pin down because he moves a lot. He boxes well. He's got a very good boxing brain. I genuinely think it's a 50-50 fight.
Do you want to see that fight happen?
Yeah, definitely. I think part of me didn't want to see it because I don't want to see either man lose. Because I really like both of them, so I don't want to see either man lose. But this is boxing, and I think that'll be a fantastic fight. To be honest, I think it might even be a boring fight.
Really?
Yeah. For a lot of casual fans, it might be a boring fight because when you put two great boxers in the ring together, sometimes it's not. There's no fireworks. I don't mind that. For example, if you watch Mayweather vs Pacquiao, a lot of people said it was boring. I thought it was fantastic. Because it's a fantastic boxing match. But let's see. I think I don't know. It's very tricky to say. I think I can't see Terence Crawford hurting Errol Spence. That's the problem.
That's interesting.
I don't see it. Spence, I feel like, has been in with bigger punches. Anyway, we'll see. I don't want to speak too much on it because I get a lot of shit in the gym for it. But yeah, I think it'd be a fantastic fight.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins it?
Me, as you're saying, it's going to be a real close fight. I'm going to think. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to back Crawford because I think he's got the more knockouts and he's more experienced.
Yeah. Okay.
For me. But maybe I'm saying, you know what? I might back Crawford late stoppage.
Oh really?
I think he might catch Spence off guard.
Maybe you should put some money on it.
Spence knocks him out though.
You should put some money on it. I'm pretty sure the odds are good.
Yeah. Another fight that's coming up, AJ v Usyk. How do you see that one playing out?
Listen, for the first fight, I said Usyk will beat him.
So did I.
Yeah, it's just honestly, no disrespect, and I think I get a lot of stick for saying this. I know I get a lot of stick in the gym for saying this, but I don't think AJ is a good boxer at all. He's good. He's not elite. Anytime he gets in the ring with an elite fighter, he falls short. It's not even that he falls short. He doesn't put in a good account of himself.
Do you think if did you think that if Klitschko fought AJ in his prime, do you think Klitschko would have beat him?
Oh, I don't know actually. That's a good question. This is the problem. So I think the thing is with AJ fighting Klitschko, it was a lose-lose situation in my opinion. Why? Because if he did beat him, so because he did beat him, everyone's like, oh, so he beat an old Klitschko, you know. And then if he had lost to Klitschko, everyone would have said, oh, it was a step too far for him, too soon. So he would never get the credibility he should have got for that fight, in my opinion. I don't a young Klitschko, I don't know. To be honest, I think AJ won that fight, and I think AJ would have won that fight again if it was earlier. I think so.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I think he would.
That fight was a good fight, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very good fight, very entertaining.
Do you think AJ's since that defeat to Andy Ruiz, do you think he's like, I don't know, he's not been the same?
Since when?
Since the Andy Ruiz defeat, he's not really been the same.
I don't. You know what? Yeah, that happens. I think sometimes. I think that can happen. I think when you take a loss, it can either bring you back stronger, or I don't know. I guess it could put doubt in your head and make you second guess everything. And in this game, you can't really doubt yourself in the ring because, like, once you start doubting yourself, you start making mistakes. You start throwing shots you don't really mean. You overcommit. You don't commit, etc. So possible.
So are you backing Usyk to beat him again?
Honestly speaking, I'd like to see AJ win just because I think he'll make a good trilogy.
And what do you not want to see? If AJ wins, do you not want to see him v Tyson Fury?
That could still happen. I mean, if he's struggling with Usyk, who's shorter, lighter,
but he's faster than. But Usyk's a better boxer than AJ, isn't he? And he's fast as well.
Absolutely. I think Tyson Fury will beat both of them.
By knockout?
Oh, I don't know. So that's a good one. Possibly he'll break him down. The thing is, Tyson's clever.
Yeah. How did you get into the sport of boxing?
I walked into a gym, an MMA gym, to do MMA actually, and we did a bit of MMA, kickboxing. I did that for a couple of years.
Did you watch the UFC yesterday?
I didn't. I missed it. I was actually out. I was yesterday out actually, so I missed it. So I plan to go home and catch up on it actually tonight. But yeah, I was a big fan of like MMA. So I started off with training MMA, kickboxing, etc. And then I really wanted to get my hands right, my striking, and then I started just doing boxing. And then
you didn't miss much in that main event, mate. Anyway.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think you would be disappointed with the outcome, like everyone else was.
Oh, don't tell me. Oh, I'm waiting to find out when I get.
All right, I won't tell you, mate.
Yeah. So and then I just really took it from there, and then we just started boxing, and then I did some unlicensed for I think.
What was your unlicensed record?
Unlicensed, I think I did 8 unlicensed, and I lost 2.
So you were 6 wins, 2 defeats?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are the people who you lost to, are they pro boxers now? Or?
Oh, I don't know what they're doing now. That was a long time ago. After that, I went and did the amateurs for 4 years. And then...
What was your amateur record?
In the amateurs, I think, I had 36 fights, and I had, I think, 7 or 8 losses.
Oh, so you were a good amateur then?
Yeah, I like to think so.
Did you get any wins by like stoppage?
One. I think I done one stoppage on my third fight as an amateur development London semis in All
Really?
Stars. Yeah, that was it.
Did that
The
guy
best-
win the final?
No, I went to the final. I won the Londons, and then I went to the nationals, and I lost to a guy called Paddy. I think something Paddy. He's professional now, but
Is he?
yeah, I can't. But again, he boxes at like welterweight or yeah, or super light. They all
Oh, so
everyone.
quite a few of them are quite a bit heavier than you, mate.
Oh yeah, they are because they really came down. So they all walk around. I think about like 68, 72 kilos, and they came down to 64.
So were they?
Where
When you fought them, were they all taller than you?
I think 90% of the guys were taller than me. 90%. I fought, I think, about 4 guys out of 36 who were shorter than me, maybe less.
And how tall are you now?
5'7" or 5'8", depends.
I thought you were 5'8".
I think I am. I don't know. Depends. So it's funny because I've done a measurement at the doctors. I swear it said 5'8", but I think on my last medical, the doctor said I was 5'7". So I was like 5'7" and a bit. So I just rounded it.
And my last question for you is, what's your favourite punch in a fight?
Uppercut. Honestly,
So I'm expected to see a few knockouts in the future with the uppercut.
I hope so. I hope so. I honestly, I don't know what it is. I love the jab actually, jab, and I love the straight shots, jab and cross. But I don't know if it's Javante Davis who's had an influence on me, but I've noticed in like the last couple of years, I keep throwing uppercuts. I mean, I land them, but I've got to mix it up a little bit, you know. But I do like the shot. I think it's an underrated shot. I think it's a fantastic shot.
Yeah. And do you want to shout anyone who's helped you in your career so far?
Sorry, say again?
Do you want to shout out like your sponsors or anyone who's helped you so far?
Yeah, so the guys who sponsored me for my last 2 fights were Diamond Jewelers in Hatton Garden, and my coach, I guess Steve. He's put in a lot of time with me, and we've gone and fixed a lot of mistakes. And honestly, I really enjoy working with him because I keep getting better. And I just can't wait to get back in the ring, simply because I'm like, wow, I'm improving and I'm adding to my games. So I think he deserves the biggest shout out because he puts in so much time and effort with me, you know.
Yeah. And hopefully I can come and support you very
Absolutely.
soon.
Listen, do you know what? Next time I'm boxing, I'll message you. I'll leave a couple of tickets for you, man, on the house. Yeah, it would be nice to get you to come down and watch it.
Really. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully I'll speak to you very soon.
Definitely. You take care. Have a lovely weekend, yeah?
And you, mate. Goodbye.
Cheers, mate. All the best.